There's something that's always been a theme in our industry that just doesn't seem to go away, and it's probably normal for small to medium business. But it's the way that we price and how we work out what we should be selling in market. Something that's been concerning me for a long time is the fact that partners default to asking what other partners do with their stack and how much they're charging, and that's what they base all their decisions on. Well, I'm not sure if I'd want to base those decisions on other people because the industry average profitability is pretty poor. We're talking about 6% EBITDA. That's super low. I'm not sure I want to copy someone that's running at that profitability. So what can we do a little different? Well, firstly, we can start and get away from the pissing contest around how much is my all-in seat price, how much am I charging per user? It doesn't matter. What matters is, are we meeting our clients with solutions that matter to them, and are they profitable? We can only do that by understanding our clients, documenting who our ideal clients are, and then productizing solutions that are going to meet their needs. There's no single right answer. No matter what some people want to sell for snake oil out there, there's never one single right answer to this. We've already don't have a single right answer because half the partner base sells by per device, half sells by per user. Then you start breaking that down into whether they do it as a complete bundled price or they sell their services as one bundle and then the SaaS solutions separately, or do they have services wrapped around SaaS? There's so many different methodology here. So when you start scratching the surface of some of the generic rubbish that comes out of people's mouths, it doesn't stand up. And there's a reason why partners struggle with it and don't believe in it, because often it's not right for them. And so we need to understand our clients. We need to know what's going to meet them where they're at, what sort of information that we need to provide them in a transparent way. What's a starting point for their client journey? What's the minimum baseline standards that we expect, and where are we going to take people to? Where are they going to graduate from us into someone else? These are more difficult questions to answer. There's a bigger process that we need to go through. There's a bigger mindset shift. So of course it's easier to default to jumping on a forum and going, how much does everyone charge? And then get the pride of, I'm charging $500 a seat, but maybe I'm only making profit of $50 per seat when someone else is charging 80 and still making the same $50. These sort of things we need to get our ego out of the way. But this is, more importantly, this is how we're going to be more successful businesses in the future. We've got a real challenge with commoditization. The more that you copy everyone else, the more the price is going to keep getting driven down. The more that the big players can just come in and deliver the same thing for a much cheaper rate because of the scale and volume that they have, let alone the resources they can throw at automation and offshoring. If you fall into that trap of that commoditization, you're not going to have high margins. You're going to be generic. You're not going to stand out. More importantly, you're not going to meet the clients where they're at, because it has no context or consideration for what you're trying to do. Whether it makes sense to have a one-size-fits-all bundle for the types of clients you're working with, whether it makes sense to break up into more discrete componentry, it's up to you to work that part out. But what matters is who you're working with, what you're solving, and how you're going to solve it. Think about it, because we're needing to change. Clients don't need what we used to have. We used to provide end user support and infrastructure management. That was the core value of a traditional MSP. But as we evolve, as our clients' needs change, as the demographics shift, they're looking for different things. They're needing different things. And if we don't adapt to that, someone else will, and someone else will win far more business than what we are. So take a step back, assess your client base, assess your capabilities and where you want to be, identify those gaps, and then reframe it. Have conversations with clients. Understand what you're trying to achieve, and then go and enact it with a productized solution mindset and process. Get the pricing right, understand your labor efforts, package and position it correctly, and you'll be in a much better position. Being generic isn't going to be a winner. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, but put some thought process behind it and actually use a process. There's already methodology there. There's already the right ways to do some things. Just find the right approach for you.